Welcome back, and good morning. This is our Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask playthrough, and we are getting our sword, finally. The one that we've left alone for 3 days, effectively. And now we have the best sword in the game. Arguably the second best, but for right now, it is the best. Yeah. Now we can do all kinds of stuff. Including, but not limited to, actually being able to save in the Great Bay area. But we're not going to do that right now. Instead, I'm going to cut to the Honey and Darling game. Alright, what am I saying? I don't have to cut there. It'll take like 10 seconds. But there will be some cutting going on here. Because there are also some things I'd like to do in the graveyard, which I have not shown yet. And, a couple things before getting the rest of the eggs in, for the Zoro thing. Honey and Darling's not this way. What am I thinking? And now, the Honey and Darling game for today, from what I remember, is actually the easiest of them all. Because it doesn't involve bombs, nor does it involve bomb chews. But, if I remember correctly, it involves arrows. That should be no problem. What do they say? Do you want to play again? Yes. Yeah, the bow and arrow I find is the easiest, even though they try to make this harder by now having the targets move. It's still not too hard, from what I remember. I say that and I'm gonna fail now, I just know it. Or maybe not. It's actually not that bad. Shoot him! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, all they say is that hurts. I don't know if they throw you out if you hit them too many times or what. But evidently there are inevitably there are more targets this time. And that rumbling kind of disrupts your aim every once in a while, but it's not too bad. Oh, damn it. And that should be the... Oh, not the last. Where's the... That was the last. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know if that'll come out in the recording, but the audio kind of was like... Like, weird. Honey! I assume that's how she says it. Yeah, we got a heart piece, it's cool. And now an existential dilemma for them, I guess. Whatever. So yeah, that was the heart piece, and now I'm going to cut, and we will be in the area just before Icona Canyon, and I'll show you where the graveyard is. Be right back. Alright, so here we are, just over in that area, across from us was where we got the Stone Mask guy, and up on this ledge here, and through this little pathway, is, in fact... El Graveyardo. I don't know what graveyard is in Spanish. But we're just gonna walk along here, nothing eerie or suspicious about this place. And that is the doppelganger of Dampé, who walks painfully slowly. Like, wow, looks like he's in slow motion, and we're going in fast motion comparatively. Well, look at this guy. Giant thing. Sure would be bad if somebody awoke him. So let's wake him up right now. Yeah, this is the Icona Captain. And he's gonna tear his shit up. And this is one where we do need our sword, because now we're following him, We have to stun him or else he's going to get too far ahead of us. And basically, it's sort of like a chase. Because if he gets to the area where there's a chest or something, then we lose. But we start fighting him now. And he's pretty intimidating, to be honest, because he's big and he does quite a bit of damage to you from what I remember, but he seems to be having trouble hitting us. Oh, there he goes. Oh, now you want to be a dick, huh? Oh, you can play this game. And yeah, it helps to have the best sword here, because it makes the fight take a lot less time. I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but I love this music. Of course I had to say that right as it ended. But I really like the small boss fight music. So yeah, he talks about how he commanded the Icona and all this stuff. Or not the Icona, but the Skull Children. And he wants us to tell them all that the war is over. And this is kind of stoic, to be honest. It's very much he entrusting us to doing this kind of stuff for him. And very nobly, Link salutes back. And he quite literally, forever, rests in peace. Oh, sounds like we're beginning the game again. Oh. Anyway. And we have to use a hookshot for this, I think. I mean, maybe you can run over it with the bunny hood. You know, bunny hood kind of run. I don't know. But that's just the way I've always done it. So we get the Captain's Mask. This will come in vital use in a few segments. Not right now, though. Think. Now I will cut us to the Great Bay area, but we're not going to continue with the Zora side quest yet. Instead, we're going to go to a different area for one particular thing, so I'll be right back. Okay, so right now we are in a different part of Great Bay. This is where the giant waterfall is. And we're going to sink down to the depths here, but only for a little while. Because what we have to do is kill this like. Which is not that difficult. I knew that would happen right as I said that. I think, though, since we're Zoras, he doesn't, like, take our shield or anything. Go away! I'm trying to kill a like here. Is that so much to ask? Stupid freaking fish. There we go. That was not that hard. And we get a heart piece for it. Very, in my opinion, slightly meaningless heart piece, but whatever. I can't complain. And we're gonna go back up, and this is actually a good place to show getting an... This is a place where you get another bottle, basically. But it involves doing a mini-game. And it's slightly annoying to get up to where it is, because we have to hook shot a lot. In fact, I think we have to start over from this side. Right about... Is that good? Alright, I guess over there is a good place to start. Right about... Oh, perfect. Come on, I can't reach that? Oh wait, did it say... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they had to make this as tedious to get to as possible, I'm sure. Otherwise it wouldn't be a real challenge. guess. Oh look, something tells me it's going to be 20 rupees! Oh, what are the odds? But actually that's helpful, and I'll show you why once we are done with this. Let's see. I think this is either the second to last or the last one. Yeah, okay, here we are. Yeah, we get to do some racing. These beavers. And it isn't even really a race, never mind. It's more of a, I dare say, an homage to Superman 64 with what we have to do here. We try to talk to the guy or swim up to him, he runs away. These are... or this one guy, he has a brother who we'll see later, but these beavers are two of the weirdest characters in my opinion. You again, as if we already talked to him. Yeah, we get an empty bottle from beating these guys and blah blah blah, let's do it! I'll only show one of these races because they're pretty much the exact same. Basically we have to keep up with him. 2 minutes is plenty of time, as you'll find out. Swim through these 20 rings and all that junk. Yeah, this guy goes pretty slowly. See why I say it's an homage to Superman 64? Or Star Fox 64. It's actually bad to say, I don't know which of those games came out first. Very bad about my... shoot! Just missed that one. Saying about very bad about my video game history, save for certain games. So for all I know, this could be ripping off those games, or more than likely what the case is that the other games are ripping off this. So yeah, isn't this exhilarating? Oh look, we did a dolphin jump. So much intricacy? Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, good gracious. Still swimming, going through these red and white rings. They are rotating for some reason. There seems to be no other point other than indicating that that's a ring you have to swim through. Even though we already know because it is all in a line, so it's not hard to see where you have to go because he is pretty slow and you can follow easily. Or something like that. So yeah, that was so difficult. And this is his brother. And again, they're very weird, I think. They kind of... I'm skipping over this text. It's more bizarre than anything. It's not even really funny, I don't think. They're just kind of like, oh, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this out and show me winning. So be right back. The mind genuinely reels. I have to admit this. I actually lost. One time. I failed. And quite honestly, that's really fucking humiliating. I'm just gonna have like a... I feel like I need a fail highlight reel at the end of this LP. Because, God, that was seriously so embarrassing. I need to not show that on camera. That goes along with failing at the aliens thing with Epona in Romani Ranch. But enough of dwelling on that. It's time to actually use the pictograph that we got of the Gerudo. Yeah, remember when we took that? It is important for one reason, and one reason only. By the way, we'll be at this house some other time. But now we are going in the fisherman's hut. And we want this seahorse. Yeah, fishing, whatever. We want the seahorse. And he's interested, he knows we want it. On one condition, he wants a pictograph of the female pirates. Oh shit, not the ocarina. Wrong button! No, I freaking... come on. So this guy's really perverted, basically, and we give him the pictograph, and bam! And now we gotta take him to Pinnacle Rock. And that is where we will find the other 3 eggs, basically. Pinnacle Rock is the place over there, directly ahead of us, if you can see it. The 2 giant rocks and the circle of rocks. Of course, we can't brave it by ourselves. That would take nobility. We don't have that. I don't think... Mikau only said that he went to the Gerudo Fortress, not Pinnacle Rock. If he'd gone here, it would make sense that he'd get messed up a little bit, because, as you're about to see, the reason that we need to take the seahorse here, apart from wanting to be reunited with his loved one, by the way, is actually, it's kind of murky waters. And similar to the desert in Ocarina of Time, if you go the wrong way, you are sent back to the beginning. I don't think it's with 1 less heart, but it's still pretty annoying. So yeah, we gotta follow him immediately, not like go any other way. I don't know how much leniency they have in terms of you stepping too roughly outside the peripheral path, but it's best to just stay right on his coattails, immediately behind him. God, such polluted water. What the hell? And now we're here, yeah. And if you remember... I was about to compare it to Super Mario 64, because of the eel in the hole, as you can tell. These things are kind of scary, I admit, but they're also not very hard to deal with. You just need a lot of magic, which we do not have right now. Ah, as if an answer to our prayers. Right. The next one. And it's best to come at them from the side, because if you come at them from the front, they'll leap out and actually, like, fling you around in their mouth a little bit, you know? And it deals a substantial bit of damage. Hey look, an egg! Alright, have it equipped. That's 1 down. Yeah, and I think it's one of those programming things where if you have to kill all of them. No matter what order you go in, the last one always has the last egg, I think. Or at the very least, the last one is where the other seahorse is stored, and if you... oh shit. Yeah, that's what happens, by the way. Did he throw me out from... which direction? I think it was this way. A little discombobulating. Oh, maybe it was the other one. So it's not necessarily that hard, and that it didn't even do too terribly much damage. Which is nice, I guess. Jars, I think in a couple of these are treasure chests, which you'll never guess what they have. Let's just say, from what I remember, it's something that we don't currently need. If you know what I'm saying. Ooh! I wasn't even close to his mouth. This bullshit, but whatever. I gotta get the one that they came out of mixed up again. No, it's not bad. That one does not have an egg either. Watch, the remaining 2 are going to be on the depths, the bottom holes. Like I said, it's kind of similar to the eel in Super Mario 64, but you don't have to, like, do a nosedive into it to actually, hurt it. Yeah, here's the chest. Can you guess what it's gonna be? Isn't it obvious? I thought it was obvious. I don't know about anybody else. Alright, come here, you big lummoxes. I think you can hurt him by being grounded and throwing your boomerangs at him, but this way is just much easier, I always thought. Yes, yes, and go on to the other side over here. Can I get some more magic, please? Damn it, that's not what I need. May I please have magic? Not what you... It's just like when you get some rupees at the bottom of a... or in the very last few rooms of a temple. Especially the Spirit Temple was always very guilty of that. Just throwing rupees at you for no reason. I guess that wasn't the last one. Are there 3 down here? There's one across the way, but... Yay for getting slightly disoriented! But yeah, like I said, the last one is gonna be the one that has the seahorse and the last egg, so... If I could just find it... Yeah, the draw distance is good on the eels, so if you're far away, you can generally tell if the eel is in a particular hole or not. Really? Nowhere to be found? I mean, I thought I got all the ones on this level. Ah, there he is. Alright, you. Just die like your brothers and sisters. Or they might all be gender neutral, I don't know. So yeah. I assume... It's hard to tell which one is the male and the female, because... From what I remember, the male seahorse carries the baby. I'm always reminded of the Jim Gaffigan joke when I think of that, where they're like... Where he's like, don't you believe that was just some stubborn scientist who said, yeah, that's a male horse. But Frank, that one's having a baby. The male has a baby. You're fired. Haven't listened to Jim Gaffigan in a long time. Not without good reason. I don't think he's stupid. I always thought he was kind of funny. Fortunately, he can't play the guitar underwater, so I kind of have to just swim back to where I have to go. Yeah, whatever, not talking to you. Yeah, there's Zora all over the place. Logically, since this is Great Bay Coast, but... They basically are like, oh, Macau, did you go and do shit? I'm really proud of you for doing that, man. And that's exactly what they say, believe it or not. Alright, so gonna drop these eggs off real quick-alike, because I know I'm going a little long on this part. But there's one thing we need to do before we end, alongside doing this, you know. So, 5 down, 2 to go. How lucky we have the last 2 here. Excuse me. Been drinking too much Chateau Romani. Anybody? Anybody else? No? Okay. Alright, yes, good and wonderful. Now that we've assembled them all, they're gonna do something cool. Cool is in quotation marks there. It's more weird than cool, to be honest. Gee, thankfully the racks behind them conveniently look like musical staves. Come on. I got my guitar out. Come on, what do I do? There we go. Alright. So yeah, we learn a new tune. It is, in fact, this... As the temples go on, like, as you progress, the stuff you have to do to find out the tune to get into the temples becomes progressively longer and more laborious. Like, we had to find all the eggs so that they could hatch really quickly and become, musical notes, I guess. Yeah. So, fun is had by all, we learn a new song, yada yada yada. The marine biologist is still freaking out. So yeah, that was that. And now, we are going to go... Now for something completely different! We're actually going to go to the mountain village. Because we have ourselves 200 rupees, and we need to blow all that cash. Very clearly, that's what we need to do. But of course, every Deku salesman in the area has something in particular that they sell to their particular breed of person. That came out worded very oddly. Came out worded? Having a problem talking today for some reason, not sure why. Oh, don't fall in the water. Fell in the water. I think I can make it there faster as a bunny hood anyway. Bunny hood, go! Running in, so a bunny hood. Gotta get there before the time runs out. And time's not gonna run out for a long time, so you don't have to worry about that. Wolfos are not very intimidating anymore, and they're much easier to kill since we have our sword. It's a lot better. Let's turn into a Goron and go to the Deku and actually be getting something from him. Talk to me. Yeah, biggest bomb bag for 1,000 rupees, but we give him our big one for 200, so let's do it! And now we can hold 40 bombs, which we will never, ever need to hold. So that was that, and now that we are out of rupees and out of time, we will reset time. There we go. And I will call this the end of the segment. So thank you all for watching, made a lot of progress today, and next time we have all the tools and capabilities to access the Great Bay Temple, which will be easier said than done, and much less fun than it sounds like, and it already doesn't sound fun, so, yeah. Thank you all for watching, until next time, see you all later.